Does my vote count? As a youth, why should I even be interested in governance? These and more will come your way if you stay with us on Good Morning Abuja. It's a beautiful morning in the nation's capital. And yes, this is the show that wakes you up. This is the show that brings topics that make your day more enjoyable. I am Pamela Zampara, welcoming you to today's edition of the program. You know how we always start off, a motivational talk beckons on us.
I'll be sharing on the power of positive thinking. And in very simple terms, it means the ability to see the good in every situation. We live in a world where so many things are happening at the same time. And like we know, you can't control what happens to you most of the time, but what you can control is your response to what happens to you. And so you wake up in the morning, different things have come at you, bombarding you left, front, right, and center. Some positive, some negative, some pleasant, some unpleasant. But what you can do is to choose to step back and tell yourself what is good about this situation. And one key to help you do this is the power of gratitude. If you wake up and you look for three things you are thankful for in every day, it impacts on your thinking. So while one person would choose to see all the wrong things and begin to think negatively, you would always see the brighter side to things. And scientists have even discovered that people who practice positive thinking, it also impacts on their health conditions. They have less stress levels, they're not prone to depression because they always find a way to be excited about something. So, can I give you a task today? Take a piece of paper and write three things you're grateful for today. Another secret I'm going to give you is look or be the one to look for compliments in people and situations. So look for someone, you meet someone that morning, I like your smile, I like your dress. There's no way, like I said, there's no way you can pour water on someone and not have the drops trickle down on you. When you give, you receive. Most people are waiting to receive compliments, to receive from other people. But when you learn to give first, you never lack those things.
Welcome back from that motivational talk. Hope we got motivated enough for the day. Now, moving on, we know that exercise is good for us, right? So let's go get some exercises done. our exercise segment. Yes, hope you exercised a little at least, or you saw moves that you would be trying later in the day. Our first break for the day beckons. So after that break, our conversation for the day will begin. So go nowhere, stay with us on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
Welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
To say our goodbyes on the program. As usual, I remain your host of the most, Omaride with Erese, and I'll always be here with my bestie.
Je m'appelle Oguntayo Olamposi Justina.
Speaking French now, from Jordan to Sweden.
Adios.
Tired of buying what everybody's selling. I wanted something new. And when I went to I decided to
You're welcome to another wonderful episode of the #1 program for women by the women.
I learned it in art class in school, but they only taught us the basic of crocheting in school, and I was very interested and fascinated by it.
But for the women, you know, we are, let us start from our own part of the world. We are a woman, there's so much expectation.
Since on that very lovely and light note, I want to say thank you for being with us today. And tune in same time, same station next week on your #1 station, NTA Channel 5. Today is Tuesday and the time is 7:30.
Welcome back from that break. It's good to know that you're still with NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Now, if you're just joining us, our first conversation is just about starting, so you didn't miss a lot. All right, so you know how, as people, we love to just sit and criticize. We don't like getting involved, but you know, when it comes to criticism, we're always there and ready. I'd like to ask you, what are you doing as a person to develop yourself to become a good leader? What are you doing to ensure that the people we put in place of governance are the right people? Not just sit back and watch things unfold. Now, I have someone in the studio who will be talking to us about leadership, youth development, and governance. And he's the executive director, Inspired to Lead Initiative. I have in the studio Jeremiah Agala. Welcome to the studio.
It's a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So, inspired to lead. That means leadership is one of your key things you love to do. Yeah. Why?
I believe very strongly that leadership is the bedrock, the platform on which everything revolves. So for me, from a very early stage, I knew it was a clear path for me to walk through the leadership path and to influence the next generation of leaders. And I've done that through several projects and initiatives we've engaged in over the years. That's what has brought us to where we are today. So for me, it's exciting to be around the leadership space and to be able to influence how things are shaped and the narrative we intend to see.
Okay. So when we talk about leadership, we all know the word leader, leadership, and any other thing we add to leader. When we talk about leadership, what is it? What does it mean to you? Have you seen leadership evolve over time?
Yes. For me, leadership has a basic term as defined by authorities in that space to be influence, the ability to influence people in a direction with which you want them to go. So that is why, for me, I think it's an interesting space to be in, because in your opening remark, rather than sit down, criticize, rather than complain about everything, I believe the first point of call when we are not satisfied about a thing is to look within us. How much have we influenced a change in the direction we want to see? And that is why leadership is not tied to just one person. Everyone is involved in the process of leadership. So if you can influence in your little area, I can influence in my little corner, he can influence in his little corner, we can begin to see the changes we want to see. And whether you like it or not, somehow you're influencing someone somewhere, whether you know it or not. So whatever we see is a reflection of our little influence. No wonder a lot of people will tell you that leaders are actually the product of their followers. So what you see is a reflection of what your input into the system is. So over the years, leadership had evolved, but it still has its basic principles of being an influence. So whatever you see, whether positively or negatively, is a product of influence.
Okay. So it is safe to say that leaders are not born, they are made.
No, leaders aren't born. Leaders
they are made.
Yes.
Okay.
Over time.
So as a young person, what qualities should I have, to become a leader?
A lot is required for leadership. Like we talked about leadership evolving, there are basic things that needs to be in place to be a leader. Basically, one of the best I would always talk about is the ability to take on responsibility.
Okay.
A lot of us shy away from responsibility. A lot of us ignore responsibility and expect to arrive at a place of leadership or arrive at a position of leadership. We are not willing to want to be involved in that process of being responsible. We tend to want to shift blames. Everybody is wrong except ourselves. Everybody isn't doing right except ourselves. We are the best. And we're forgetting that we are a product of what we want to see. So, what are you doing as a person? How well are you taking on responsibility? I give you some very typical scenarios. We live in communities, and there are things that are not properly handled. Refuse bin, for instance. How well have you been able as a person to gather your refuse and dispose them properly? But we're quick to point hands at government for not disposing our waste. So my people would always tell you that if you come out to say that your house is dirty, your neighbors will help you and set it on fire. But that does not immune them from having dirty homes. They have dirty homes, but they've been able to curtail theirs but you were the one who came out to shout. So the truth about it is everyone has one thing or the other they are dealing with. How they manage it is actually what makes them responsible. So at every point in time, somebody tells you you've got to be responsible, you've got to take responsibility for your life, you've got to be in charge. All of that is just tilting you in the direction of leading yourself first before you think of wanting to be a leader of influence. Because where you are today is the prayer point of somebody. So your ability to live the kind of life you want to see makes you responsible and makes you a leader of influence.
Okay.
Now, I don't need to struggle to live a particular kind of life when it is not made up, when it is not faked. I don't know if you get it. I shouldn't be wanting to be Pamela. It is easy for me to flow as a Jeremiah than to want to look like a Pamela. Now, in living Jeremiah responsibly, a lot of people tend to emulate some basic traits in Jeremiah. But what we see today is people wanting to live Pamela, living who they are, living the basic principles of leadership, to want to live another person's kind of life and expect to succeed. So at the end of the day, you now begin to see certain conflict of personality, certain conflict of ideologies. So for me, it is best to take responsibility for your life. A lot of other things you need to do to also be a leader. Ability to make your own mistakes and correct them.
We're talking about mistakes now because you spoke about people living who they are and embracing
somebody else's life.
So, yes, So I just kept wondering. I hear you talk about responsibility, how you should be yourself, and all of that. And I'm wondering, okay, so this person has been in the leadership space for a while and he knows these things. But was there a starting point for you? Was there a mistake you made that made you realize that, oh, okay, so this is what I want to do in life and I'll have to be like this and like this?
Mistakes are a part of life. I had always said to people, any leader you see who had not failed in the past should be suspected. Yes, you don't wake up one morning and expect to see an all completed upstairs by your house. There was no process, there was no foundation, nothing. You just showed up one morning, it just came up one morning. You should run away because when it was to fall, it will destroy everything around it. So no leader you see today had actually got into a place of leadership, of influence, that had not passed through a process of failure, a process of mistakes. So Jeremiah is a bunch of so many mistakes and failures. But the difference is I didn't allow any of them kept me down. And find out from any leader who you see today, they have, somebody said the breakfast of leaders is the scars which they carry. So every leader has a scar he is dealing with. Every leader has a level of failure. But the ability to embrace your failure and your mistake and move past it is what makes you a leader.
Okay.
So the difference between failures and successful people or leaders is the ability to move past their failures.
So as parents, as a people, we all want to push the younger generation to become leaders while we haven't shown that example that much. Would you say this started happening from schools? Because if you notice, everything starts from either the home or the school. You pick up character from your home or the school. So is there a way that leadership can be taught? Do you think leadership is taught enough in our schools, or is there a way that it can be put in the curriculum or something so that as we're graduating people into the society, they already have leadership traits in their head?
Okay. Once I agree to that, leadership is beyond what is being taught. Leadership is an expression that people see.
So not everybody is a leader.
Everyone can be a leader, but not everyone can be a good leader.
Oh, okay.
Yes, everyone leads. You're either leading as a parent, you're leading as the head boy of your school, you're leading in your small group. Everyone has a level of influence. But not everyone actually influence positively.
Okay.
So even the people who lead people into drugs are leaders, but negatively. Because it is influence. They are influencing negatively. So it is not taught. It is shown
through mentorship. That's the way.
Through lifestyle. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
We're in the space where we are today, where we have the misconception of leadership because of the kind of lifestyle we have seen supposed leaders in position live. We have believed that success is tied to material wealth. And so young people, without being taught, emulate that lifestyle and want to be rich by whatever means. We have not shown the process of success. So young people can cut short their journey, cut short their process. Just all they want to say is, this man is respected because he has material wealth. I must get material wealth however I want to get it. We have leaders who have amassed wealth and cannot explain them. So young people are amassing wealth that cannot be explained. So where we are today is a function of unspoken rules that have been displayed by certain leaders in position, and then the young people are emulating them. So beyond curriculum, beyond being taught in school, beyond being taught in homes, there is a reflection of a deeper rot from the past that we are seeing in today's generation. It's not about teaching. Young people want to see, they don't want to be in the space where you say, do what I say and don't do what I do. We've gone past that stage. We have young people who are critical thinkers. They ask questions analytically. They want to understand. How do you say I should not do what you do? When I see you live a particular lifestyle, I see you spend money recklessly. I see you being respected. You can buy your way through just anything with little cash. That's the kind of influence I want to live. So while you are telling them, be responsible, be responsible, be responsible, they are seeing you living irresponsibly and you're getting away with it.
And that's the same thing they would do.
So they are doing it because we have a system that has some very deep roots. That's what had given birth to the vices we see amongst young people today, where you see young people get into fraud. Get money by all means.
Well, we're still going to come to that and know how to address it so we can move forward as a nation. But for now, you see, you've spoken about wealth, immersion, and all of that. So I'd like to bring up mental health and ambition. People are ambitious, and when they see you spend, the example you just brought up now, when they see their mentor or whoever spending money like that, and they are not in the position to spend like that, and they are like, oh, okay, I'm a 9-to-5 worker or a business person, and the money isn't coming like that. What would you tell young people? How would you tell young people, to carry on so that our society can become a better place, so that this money we all want to spend can be gotten in a legitimate way?
Okay, over time, we have delegitimized hard work. You and I grew up from very humble, decent homes where our parents were hard workers.
Yes.
They lived based on the outcome of their efforts. But in society, they were disrespected. They were not valued. They go to work 9 to 5, like you said. Teachers teach in school, give all their energy to teaching, and then overnight, somebody gets into politics for 4 years, becomes very wealthy, and the effort of the 9-to-5 worker seemed like nonsense before him. He gets away with everything he wants to get away with. We had placed so much emphasis on money over diligence and hard work. These young people lived in this same community, saw the difference between the home where they grew in, that had humble beginning, decent work, and then they are seeing somebody who not so decent or has things that cannot be explained acquired. How do you explain that a man works for 35 years and retired poorer than he got into service? And then somebody works in a particular or gets certain particular leadership position, and in 4 years is more, in fact, is 100 times more wealthy than somebody who had worked for 35 years.
We'll come back to that. We'll take a short break and come back to this very discussion. And while on that short break, our next part, when we come back from the break, the next thing we'll be talking about will be mostly governance. So let's watch this feature. We all know that a lot of people were not 18 during the last election, and now they are 18, and the portals for INEC registration was opened, and let's see what happened when those portals were open. Was everybody captured? Let's just see the feature and then we're back.
Nigeria's democracy grows stronger when citizens take part in elections. One of the first steps is voter registration and getting a permanent voter card, the PVC. Your PVC is more than an identity card. It is your voice, your right, and your power to choose leaders. In every democracy, the people hold the power to choose, but before anyone can vote, they must first register and obtain a permanent voter card. The PVC is proof that a citizen is registered and eligible to vote. Without it, that right cannot be exercised. According to electoral guidelines, Nigerian citizens who are 18 years and above and have not registered before are eligible. Those who have moved, lost their cards, or need corrections to their details can also update their records at designated centers. Voter registration ensures citizens are counted and represented. It strengthens democracy, promotes accountability, and gives every eligible Nigerian a say in national development.
The process gives you a right to choose your leader that represents you in government. Not just a leader, but policies, programs that will ultimately benefit you and the society. To vote, meet that eligibility criteria. You must be Nigerian, must be 18 years and above, and also you must have to register like a period like this, continuous voter registration exercise, to be eligible to exercise your franchise during elections.
To register to vote in Nigeria, you have to be a Nigerian citizen, you have to be 18 years and above, and you have to be a first-time registrant. The process is simple. Step 1. Visit the designated voter registration portal or registration center. Step 2. Provide the required personal information. Step 3. Capture biometric details, including fingerprints and photograph. Step 4. Verify the information provided. Step 5. Collect your registration slip. Step 6. Return to collect your permanent voter card when notified. For many young Nigerians, the PVC is more than civic duty. It is a sign of inclusion, empowerment, and a chance to shape the future. In rural communities, voter registration gives citizens a chance to speak up and push for the development they need. Inclusive elections depend on access for all. Every eligible citizen, regardless of physical ability, deserves the chance to register and participate.
Actually, they have people that are attended to disabled persons, especially, but it's not really 100% easy for us like that, but we still manage and they attend to us very well when we went there to do our PVC. It's very important for every Nigerian person to have a PVC because that is our power to vote who you want. As a Nigerian person, as a citizen of Nigeria, you need a PVC.
I win my wheelchair, got there, and they treat me well for the registration. That offer for PVC, then they go do well so that the disability person can access this place. And many places there's everywhere where they can do like that. Not only that place, then plenty.
Hey guys,
This is why voter registration is not just an administrative task, it is an investment in the future. Every eligible Nigerian deserves a place in democracy. Your PVC is your voice. Your vote is your power. Your participation helps shape the Nigeria we all want. Register, collect your PVC, participate. Because democracy works best when everyone is represented.
Welcome back from that break. While on that break, we saw a feature and it just told us how everybody is included, even people with special abilities were also captured. Okay, now the next part of our discussion, talking about governance. And my guest is still here. Before we went on that break, you were passionate about saying how money, influences respect in the society, and that shouldn't be. Now, from that feature, we saw that even the blind, people who were blind, who had special abilities, were captured. Now, what would you say about elections? Some people, even after being captured, will not go out to vote. Why? Because my vote doesn't count anyway. So why should I go out?
All right. So I'll close up on my thoughts before the break and then take on this. Now, in that same society, children grow up in that same society and they see that their neighbors are better than the other ones who are diligent work. And you expect them to do the same kind of job their father did and ended up being poor.
And was mocked in the society.
Was mocked in the society. He was never given a chieftaincy title, or somebody showed up from nowhere. He's crowned the chief of the village to rule over people who were decent. Well, we've been in a society where you see people make proceeds from fraud, known fraud, and they are given positions of leadership.
They're celebrated.
They are celebrated. They are given awards. And you have children grow up in this society and you expect them, after all your teaching in school, to still do what you say and leave what they say. It is practically impossible. Where we are today as a nation is a function of what we have shown over what we have taught. Nigeria has the best minds, the best brains. It's about teaching, we have them. If it's about teachers, we have them. If it's about values, we know them. You can't compare Nigeria to the Western world.
So you begin to wonder, so why all the vices in the society? Why all the killings? Why all the...
seen over what they have been taught is the answer. Our Nollywood didn't even help matters. They showed us that if you can do some rituals, you can become very successful.
But the good thing is, in those Nollywood movies, you still see that those who did those rituals don't end up well. Now let's go back.
Have you also seen people who are willing to die? Let me enjoy for 3 years and die.
Well, let's leave that and still go back to voting.
So what the impact of that had been over time is a deep-seated rot that will take us many, many years to correct. And I'm glad you have a program like this that is trying to correct all of that. It may not be a walk in the park, but I think it is sending the right signal. So get back to the point of voting and how to influence things. The truth is a lot of work needs to go in re-engineering the minds of young people.
Okay.
Because it's still tied to where we are coming from. People can easily buy their way through. This is what the society have said to us. That is why we don't have people who are interested in going through processes anymore. Have you not seen people who buy their certificates and they end up becoming successful leaders in the society? Have you not seen people who will not want to go through the process of promotion? They don't want to work. You had worked for 10, 15 years. Somebody buys his way because he's the son of a very influential person and then becomes your boss, direct from NYSC. It happens in our everyday society. So you don't blame them when they are not interested in getting involved in anything that has to do with process. Because over the years, Democracy, as at today, from 99 till now, is almost 30 years or thereabout.
Okay.
And what's the significant product from an election? Every election had been contested from 1999 till date. And you tell young people that your vote will still count. The truth is, we as a people are not doing anything to want to change the narrative. When we're having individual organization, people talking about leadership here and there, what is the system deliberately doing to cause a change, a mind shift amongst young people? While I don't leave things to governance and government, we do the best we can as individual. Projects like this, programs like this, does its part in educating, in letting young people understand. But there should be a deliberate attempt. They used to tell us that one person not fight for relationship. That's the relationship we have, the relationship between the young people and the system. The young people are doing their best to want to believe in the system. How much is the system doing its best
to pull the young people
put
in
that belief in the right perspective? So whilst I'm not discrediting the fact that from what the future had shown, we should do more, is my advocacy. We should do more beyond what we are doing in the now to nip corruption in the board. Let's begin to see that those who are corrupt do not have a place in a sane society. It will help young people to have a mind shift. I don't want to end up like that. Let's begin to show that elections and votes count. Let's begin to show it. From the off-cycle election, was it shown? These are the things that lead up to the general election, where young people should be more interested. How do you explain the fact that a young man is interested in watching football much more than getting involved in a civil responsibility that would affect his life?
And that of his children.
And that of his children, you know, positively for the next 4 to 8 years.
That brings me to it just reminds me, before the last elections, we saw young people online more. They were voting online, they were saying who would win, predicting who would win the elections. They were just everywhere online. But when it got to the election date,
you didn't see them.
Young people were not there.
You know why? Social media will not lie to them, but your physical system will lie to them. So if they voted online, the real result will show. Even though it can be manipulated, they just believe that they will find the right answers. Wow. That is why I said the system should build more faith and trust in the people. Their voices should begin to count on minute things. Once that faith and trust is rekindled, it would reflect in the general election. So my take and my counsel to young people would always be, keep giving your best. We will get there someday. We aren't there yet, but we will get there someday. But we should be able to have a system that is more responsive, a system that understands the pulse of the people.
So what do you think? Since young people are on the social media rather than vying for offices and doing a lot of things, where we rather remain on social media, do you think our young people should move for inclusiveness in governance? Because we seem to be on the background, just watching.
Pamela, I'm waiting for how many young people have legitimately 100 million to buy a presidential ticket. I'm still waiting for even the smallest of parties tell you will spend between 10 to 15 million to get a ticket, even if they give you a waiver to run an election. As I'm seated here, I don't have 5 million. So if I talk leadership all my life, and they say, all right, go and prove your leadership skills, having a position of leadership. Where do I have that kind of money to run? Now, buying the ticket is one point. You have not talked about campaign. Don't forget, our elections are monetized.
It just says a lot needs to be done.
So
what is that a lot that needs to be done? How do we go back and put things in order as we round up? Because it's almost time for us to round up.
We need a system overhaul. We need a system. See, when we say leadership is influence, leadership is influence. Let me quickly commend the IG of police. The new IG of police has shown competence and capacity. I'm picking one out of the two men. The IG of police. Have you noticed that commissioners of police are beginning to sit up? You see somebody in Rivers State challenging certain things. How certain things? You need to travel between Rivers, Aba, or Akwa Ibom to Port Harcourt and see what is done on that road. And then you see a commissioner of police sitting up to say, no, this is not the way. Because there's a flow from the head. See the commissioner of Abuja. He's sitting down in the bush and he's saying, bandits, we are waiting for you. Now he's leading by example. That tells you that there's a head that had given room for some of these things to fly. So what I'm saying in essence is, until we can sit down and have leadership flow, you will still have this repeat. So there is a need for an overhaul in the system to be able to build trust in young people, to believe in the system again, get involved in the process of getting leaders.
We have run out of time, so you would have
to be part of the system.
All right.
So thank you so much.
All right. So if there's just one thing you wish that the Nigerian, in very few words now, because we do not have time, if there was just one thing you wish the Nigerian youth knew, or if there's one thing you want them to know about participation in governance, what would it be?
Get involved in the system.
Simply
get involved. Nobody will build this country for us. So I don't believe in even running away from the country. We'll stay here, we'll fix it, we'll live in it, our children will live in it. South Africa has sent us back. SIHL, what do you call them? Will not give us visa. Call different countries, they are tired of us. So it's only point to one thing, fix your country. You have nowhere to call home, side here. So get involved in the system. Let's clean it up together. And then once we can do that, we can conveniently call it home.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeremiah Agala, for coming on Good Morning, Abuja.
Thank you.
We've heard it all from my guest. Fix your country. Where else do you have to call home, if not Nigeria? Let's fix it. Let's get involved. All right, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, Good Morning, Abuja continues.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike!
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for Zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos.
This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Our goodbyes on the program. As usual, I remain your host, the most Day with Erese, and I'll always be here with my bestie.
Je m'appelle Oguntayo and I'm Justina.
Speaking French now, from Jordan to Sweden.
Adios.
of buying what everybody said. I wanted something new. And when I went to it, I decided to.
Hey, you're welcome to another wonderful episode of the #1 program for women by the women.
I learned it in art class in school, but they only taught us the basic of crocheting in school, and I was very interested and fascinated by it.
For the women, we are, let us start from our own part of the world. We are a woman, there is so much expectation.
Since I'm not very lovely and enlightened, I want to say thank you for being with us today. And tune in same time, same station next week on your #1 station, NTA Channel 5. Today is Tuesday and the time is 7:30.
Welcome back from that break. Yes, now to step down from all the talking we had, let's put you in a very good mood. Let's go on a musical break and then we're back in the studio.
Suddenly my love is not gone day enough. Tell me what I do, oh, shall you get another someone? Cover you like cotton, but something's going off. I could do anything for love. I'm stuck on you, I be like sunburn.
Nobody perfect, oh. No be by who drive Benz, oh. It's how you got me high like Colorado. I be like Colorado. Roll up on my mindset, oh. Never play you Nintendo. It's how you got me high like Colorado. I be like Colorado.
Pass me your love, oh. Slay, pass me your love, oh. So many things I want to do, but you show me say my love is not enough, oh. No do everything the people want, though. Yesterday and I'm in my function. You want more fair, gone, but you feel like say you get scone. Suddenly my love in a good day enough. Tell me what I do or do. I know when I knock your door, oh, door. All my family, they see I'm saying something going on. I could do anything for love. I'm stuck on you, I be like sunburn.
Nobody perfect, oh. No be by who drive Benz, oh. It's how you got me high like Colorado. I be like Colorado. Roll up on my mindset, oh. Never play you Nintendo. It's how you got me high like Colorado. I be like Colorado.
My heart is pacing, this don't happen usually. It can't be like say this one, who could me? Just a little love. Anyhow you be, all your flaws cannot blow my view. Do boss and fight me kung fu. Still I'm reserving table for two.
They call me Charlie Pop.
Another banger.
Touchdown Bini boys gang money agba money repete. Remy Ekewaro Shali Sapele Sata Monica touchdown shakers. They like to the dance the leg back. Now we dey bully now we dey pepe. If you play with the boys you go collect. See the wins you know it does we no get.
The colors Bini pass. We not dey make too much noise. Now we dey pull up with comfort. You know the feelings where we many fishes in the river, but now you and one test. Chop you and keep my teeth you follow. I feel for dinner on top.
See money, see I'm see money. See money, see I'm see money. See money, see I'm see money. See money, see I'm see money.
See money, oh, voila.
See money, see I'm see money. See money, see I'm see money. See money, see I'm see money. Now we be the pride of Benin numbers and supposed give us medal. Give medal. Now my Benin brothers I go call before I call your love power. Anything about.
Let me boy, you can paste your location. What is your next destination? Should I give you my direction? Touch the boy, you don't touch full nation.
Touchdown, Beanie Boys, gang, money, I got money,
Welcome back from that musical break. You know that when it's Mondays, it's money making Monday. So we always come your way with money saving tips. So let's see what we have there. Money saving tips there gone by. Yes, when you make money, it's good to save it for the rainy days. Now, talking about rain, we all know that we're in the rainy season. What is our weather outlook for today? Let's find out. And with that weather report, we come to the end of today's edition of Good Morning Abuja. I hope we're able to entertain and educate you. I'd like to say thank you to our guest, Jeremiah Agala, for coming to talk to us about youth participation in governance. Thank you so much. You really said all that needed to be said. Yes, we have no other place to run to but Nigeria, so let's get involved. And also you, our esteemed viewer, thank you so much for staying till the end of the program. And as you know, on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, we have specially curated programs for your viewing pleasure. I remain Pamela Zamfara. Do enjoy the rest of the day.